Hey everyone, welcome to Culturally Effed Abby. I am your abbot, Senor Rusty. Welcome to this week's Effed Update. Abby Update. So, here at Culturally Effed Abby, we of course embrace and fully love a peaceful life with non-violence. Well, it's very important. But occasionally, raiders come knocking on our doors, and we get the opportunity to fuck them up. Sometimes with violence. That's the lesson we should really take from Redwall is when raiders are knocking at your door trying to steal your food and in fact enslave you, it's perfectly okay to take up arms against them. Just find a big raider rat, punch him right in the muzzle. He's got to come in because the only thing he's after is your stuff and your place in the community. I mean, our abbey was founded by a warrior, so like, huzzah, Eulalia. Catchphrase! Battle cry! The great mountain has crumbled under the threat of these kind of raider activities. Nowhere in Mossflower is safe from these raiders. They're constantly, as we learned with Arrkay in last week's episode, all about Redwall and the history of Mossflower Woods. They're always there, and they always have been. They're gonna come for you and your parties, especially in the Redwall universe. The big thing that always tends to attract raiders is big feasts. When you do have your yearly feast of your community and all of your loved ones and your friends, careful because those raiders might want to sneak their way in, and if you don't let them, then they're just going to get angrier and even try to take out the leadership of your little community. These raiders want to actively exclude members of our community, and we can't let that happen. It's up to all of us to embrace the wide diversity of animals in our community and beware of those predators who would rather come in and take control so that they can decide who can and can't be a furry. That is unacceptable. That's a little too direct. Anyway, I'm a talking rabbit, and this is getting a little serious. Arrkay the bird went down to Patch Pack Rat's little den at dogpatch.press, and it's probably out by now. It's out by now. So go to dogpatch.press to see an article that Arrkay wrote all about punching Nazis. He looks at the historical animation and propaganda that came out of World War II in a little blog post. Check out that article, and if you think we should adapt it to an episode of Culturally Effed, let Patch know in the comment section of that blog or in the comment section down here on YouTube. So next week, we're probably going to do an episode on Guardians of the Galaxy, though in light of recent events, Arrkay might need to step in for a much more somber-toned episode directed towards furries and the furry fandom with all of the recent happenings that have been getting us some news attention. So keep an eye out for that. Hopefully we just get to talk about Rocket Raccoon, that guy, yeah, I'd fire his guns any night. It's a true fact that once in our YouTuber Slack group, a big tangent happened where everyone was discussing the ability of Rocket Raccoon. All of your favorite YouTubers, totally all over Rocket Raccoon. Take that knowledge and go forth. After that, we are hoping to do an episode on gargoyles and the gargoyle fandom. We're going to need some help from you guys. We have a couple of things in the works, as you saw with our last Effed Update and us on Twitter. We have been looking for artwork and photography to include in a new opening title, and we got lots of super awesome, amazing artwork for that. We didn't get any photography, though. We need pictures of fursuits. We have tons of art. Thank you guys so much for that, but now we need to focus more on fursuits. We are still accepting submissions for that till the end of April. We will keep you posted on that, and you will definitely see that unveiled by episode 50. We are also considering doing a live stream for episode 50, so keep an eye out on our feeds for that and news about that. We are hoping that in about 5, maybe 4 weeks, when we get to episode 50, we're going to do a big live stream, maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, get some special guests here in the studio. It's going to be a big to-do event. But that's not all we need your help with, guys. Every now and again, we ask for you guys to help us out writing our actual episodes. Arrkay is a little swamped and has a little bit of writer's block, so we could use some of your research, some of your tapping away and going down some wiki wormholes so that we can make some more awesome Culturally Effed episodes. So leave us a comment or send us an email at culturally.effed@gmail.com or send us a direct message on Twitter. If you have notes you want to turn into a full script, Or maybe you're a writer and you want to write the whole script for us. That would be great too. But, I need some of that WD-40. So you don't actually need to write a whole script for us. If you just do some research and send us some bullet notes, that is often enough to get Arrkay typing away to wrap that up into a full script. Please send us a note in one way or another. We will get it through any means necessary. Arrkay needs a hand, and we need some fresh content to post into furry people's eyes. Get that fur in your eye. Yeah. If you haven't yet, please check out our merch store. We have not one, but two beautiful t-shirt designs for sale. We have the Fluff Punk t-shirt, which is, of course, a play on, like, steampunk or elf punk. You can add punk to just about any fandom, and blam, it's its own unique thing. So furries get to be fluff punks. And, of course, on the other side, pictured behind me somewhere, is the Leyen Decker design. It's over a 111-year-old painting from the Saturday Morning Post in July of this awesome fursuiting person and this very handsome gentleman holding their hand. So please check those out at our merch store at culturallyeft.com. And now, let's see what you guys had to say about Redwall and some of our other past videos from the past few weeks. Phil Sawyer commented on the extended version of Redwall. I'm going to remind you that available through our Patreon or our newsletter is an extended 17-minute version of our Redwall history. Phil Sawyer, longtime patron, pretty cool guy, comments on a lot of videos. He would be all over an MMO of Redwall, and we couldn't agree more. Could you imagine designing your own mouse warrior or a squirrel or an otter warrior and like going out and adventuring in a CG recreation of Mossflower Woods and going through dungeons and fighting rats and foxes and giant snakes? It would be awesome. We'd be all over that. Someone out there, we heard rumors that there might be a game in production, but lots of games never really leave beta these days, right? So who knows? Maybe they got a Kickstarter or a GoFundMe or something somewhere. Let's find out. Let's make it happen, guys. If we all wish really hard, it might happen. Setsuna Wolf really liked the episode, and they love to see an episode on Mouse Guard, which is totally possible in the future. Our upstairs Arrkay has only one Mouse Guard book. It's like the first one that you can get at most comic stores. So at least it's something. It's really, really similar to the Redwall universe with all these cute little mice hopping around and stabbing things. Daniel Ambrose had this comment about how history is kind of repetitive, and he has got a really excellent point about our own history about Redwall and Mossflower Woods. Lots of raiders move in and get conquered, or they manage to overthrow, and then they get overthrown. It's just this endless cycle over and over. As it is in history, so it is in Redwall. Thank you for your comment. Also, while we're doing the comment responses, shout out to Nerdy Herd, who commented on 3 videos in a row, which tells me that they are binge watching Culturally Eft, which we are always super excited for. So, Nerdy Herd, we hope that you're sharing your favorite episodes of Culturally Eft. Thanks for watching. I bet Rusty is involved with the Bad Dragon Labs, says Das Heino. Das Heino is the guy who had the pre-pray for Rusty hashtag, so shout out for recycling that. We really appreciate that. Hashtag pre-pray for Rusty is a thing that no one really capitalized on, but still, I wasn't involved with Bad Dragon. The closest thing we're going to get to Bad Dragon will come eventually. He's big and yellow, and still coming together. Blacklink, who we collaborated with, would love to learn about the religion and philosophies about Redwall. Arrkay found a really cool YouTube channel that does a lot of other Redwall videos. Super small subscriber base, though. I will put a link in the description. Rom Lone Wolf 23 would love to see an episode similar to the Redwall history, but about the Ironclaw universe. Not only does Arrkay have the player's handbook for Ironclaw, he also has one of the books right behind me somewhere. There it is, Black Iron. We could totally do one talking about Black Iron and the Ironclaw world. Just look at that beautiful artwork. That guy just taking out this shirtless tiger man wearing like a yellow tartan. Was he Rupert? Let's see here. Let's read a passage. Chapter 10. Ian glanced down at the woman beside him, holding his elbow as they walked through the streets of Newtown well after dark. This is saucy. I don't think I can read this on screen. I have been your peaceful monk, Rusty, telling you that if raiders are bothering you or your community, it is perfectly perfectly acceptable to hit them back. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next week.